What about future projects? What's the future for Cowboy Cartel? Where do you see this venture going?
So right now I'm working with American, obviously, and you know, I'm going to be doing some more outside media stuff like this, and maybe go to some of the rodeos and you know, help them get some video and you know, promotional type stuff for social media.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing. But I'm also working with Finolio. That is just we're just now starting with Finolio. That's something I would like to build. You know, help build their brand, because I think they're great boots. I don't know if you've ever worn Finolio.
I actually had the boots I wore for my wedding were built by Finolio. It was a custom pair, and they're sharp. That was right before they got big too. I mean, of course, they've been around forever. You know, there's Larry Mahan boots at Cavender's. They were building those, and then they built a little bit of the Cavender's brand, and then Montague Boot Company, and now Finolio. And I feel like with this kind of rebranding of Finolio and the style they're going for, they're taking off big time.
I think they're one of the most comfortable boots out there, and the price point is just crazy good for an American-made product.
Oh yeah.
So don't tell them that. I don't want them to start selling them too expensive. But I think it's a great product, and it's a company I believe in. You know, and I tell this to a lot of people. I don't know if I've said it on camera before, but I could choose any hat that I want to wear myself personally. I didn't choose American Hat because I thought, you know, I could work out a deal with them. It kind of went the opposite way. You know, I picked the hat that I like and that I want to wear and that I think's the best. And because of my, you know, love for the hat and the brand, it kind of built into something else. The same thing with Finolio. I could wear any boot. You know, I've spent you know, big dollars on Lucchese, and I like Lucchese. I think they're okay. I don't think I don't want to say they're bad, but I don't think they're what they maybe used to be or what they think they are.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think they've kind of rebranded, and they're kind of going for a little bit different. I mean, I guess they're stepping away from their main Cowboy, I guess, client base, and they're kind of trying to reach out, kind of like Tacovas. They kind of took off. I mean, they kind of reached a little bit broader audience, but I mean, sometimes by doing that, I mean, that's where I come back to the word authenticity. You know, authentic. You kind of lose that touch.
That's right.
Because once you stray away from the original, I mean, the Cowboy touch, you know, it's quality might be affected, or you know, I mean, it becomes more of a fashion piece than a tool, you know. Or
I agree with you 100%. I think Lucchese does have something to offer. Their finish is phenomenal on their boots.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the finish is just top notch. I don't think there's a couple of things out there. Maybe Blackjack is finished pretty good. I don't know if it's at that level, but there's a few.
No, yeah, I'm not knocking them by any means, right? But so, just I guess from what I've noticed, it's like once you stray away from what you were known for, it could be like, I don't know, you could see bumps in quality. And
I agree with you 100%.
Their finish is really good. Their leathers are great.
I agree.
There's no reason why someone wouldn't pay the price of their boots for the quality. But like I said, since they've kind of strayed away to a different market, it's hard, I'm sure, to keep the same customer base. Because I mean, if you stop making, let's say square toes, I typically like to wear about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, kind of more of like a cutter toe, but there's certain customers that only wear square toes. So if you stop making square toes, well, you kind of lost them, you know.
Right.
So you kind of.
And I'm with you. I'm wearing cutter toe today. I love that. It's Fenolio's Zero Toe.
Yeah.
It's there's plenty of room for your foot. It looks great. I think it's just a kind of the best of both worlds. I agree with you on Lucchese. I just think they're not as comfortable. I mean, if you're going to wear boots and walk in them, I think probably they are comfortable. I'm not going to say they're not comfortable. They're one of the most comfortable boots I've ever worn. Fenolio is a little bit more comfortable, more for less fatigue. You get less fatigue,
Yep.
I guess you want to say.
Yep.
But I have this. I don't know if it's misplaced idea that cowboy hats, cowboy lifestyle, Western wear in general is a Texas tradition, and even Mexico, also Mexico, it's authentic to Mexico. But I don't. What I want to see is American-made, Texas-made products.
Yep.
So I choose Fenoglio, I choose Lucchese, I choose American Hat Company, and so that's kind of where I go with this. But also we've just been. This kind of goes back to what's next. There's a company called Mark Christopher Collection. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
I haven't heard of them.
They make hat racks.
Okay, cool.
So we've been talking to them. They sent me a hat rack. I'm going to be doing a review on that. It's all made in America with American-made steel.
Wow. I'd like to look into that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So I've actually got them in my car.
I'd love to see them. Yeah,
So they make a hat carrier for the car.
cool.
And that's where I first kind of heard of them. And this was a year or so ago. And I got them for the car, and it hangs on the back of your headrest. And you just lift it up, put your hat in there, and it holds it against the back of the seat.
That's cool.
So yeah, it is cool. But that's kind of where I heard about them and saw the quality of stuff. And then we mentioned them. I've got so many hats right now, that it's hard to. They're kind of all over the house. And so I bought some stuff on Amazon, hang them on the wall or whatever. And I mentioned Mark Christopher Collection on one of our podcasts, and they reached out. Or I think I reached out to them, and they offered to send me one. And so we're going to be doing a review on that, and they're going to be giving away some stuff on the American Hat Company Facebook group. So we got some stuff going on with them. So that's kind of where this is going. I don't know where it's going. At this point, I just I'm pointing in the direction of this is what I want to do. This is what I enjoy doing.
That's awesome.
I think at some point I would like to. I think my hat shaping is pretty good. It's not definitely at the highest level. I think I would like to get there because I enjoy it. I enjoy shaping hats. I enjoy, giving somebody, something and they say, wow, once you're done, if they say, wow, that's really cool, then, that's kind of where I like to be. I think that's, for me, I enjoy that.
Oh yeah. I mean, the goal is for them to, walk out with a smile and tell their friends about it, and spread the word that this guy knows what he's doing. And,
right.
I love what you're doing with your company, and I think you give a lot of insight to a lot of big businesses, a lot of small businesses, and that's awesome.
Well, I appreciate that, and that's what I hope to do. I'm always looking for, to tell everybody because we've got almost 26,000 people in the American group, and that's a big number. It's not huge, but that's a captive audience of people who really enjoy cowboy hats and like American. So if I can help them any way I can, because I tend to go out and research products, and maybe that's my engineering background. I want to know everything about how this is done. So I look deeper into it than a lot of people. And so if I can share that, if somebody has a question, I've already answered it, I can get it to them quickly, and that's kind of where this kind of started.